When I've been thinking about the fact that we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary as a church, more than any feeling, it has been wild to me that it's already been 10 years. I think in all of the seasons that came before moving to Atlanta, all of them felt so long. Yet the reality is that we're so much shorter. Everywhere we were, we loved, we gave our life to, but we also knew something was coming. 10 years like that. And in that, I was recently, thinking about the first few months and seasons of church planting. And I was reminded about this blog that I wrote back when I had time to write blogs. And it was me processing all of my thoughts and confusion and disorientation, but what Jesus was doing in the middle of it. This is a part of the end. I've been stripped. Instead of clinging to the rags I used to put my security in, I'm starting to cling to Jesus as the possessor of life. I'm believing in this wildly childish belief that Jesus knows everything that I need. And if he knows how to dress the flowers and feed the birds, then he knows how to care for me. I'm saying yes to the invitation of Jesus to come and die and live and find him. And there is nothing I can do but say yes. And right now he's knocking at the door of my heart. And he's not asking for my accomplishments, but for me. He's just trying to make me into a son. I think about all of the different moments and seasons where God has moved and done remarkable things. I think about starting in our living room, in the garage, and our first days in this building, and the way he has given birth to a church. But I can also tell you that I see what he's done in me, and I see what he's done in so many around me. And what it's left me with is the realization that the rescue of Jesus is not a one-time thing. I think it's a way of being alive. Atlanta isn't where Jesus asked me to come and plant a church. Atlanta is the place Jesus wanted to rescue me. And maybe, just maybe, a church will be born. A church where nothing matters but the gospel. A church where the grace and the presence of Jesus changes lives because he's the foundation of everything we do, where he's our only hope, our only shelter, and our only hiding place, and has become all of our confidence. 10 years later, I can tell you that Jesus has done this and more, and yet I just think he wants to do it again. And in many ways, I think this speaks to who we really are. This line that we say, we're a church that loves Jesus. There's so much about when we started that we hoped to be true, that we dreamed to be true. Now we know that so many of those things aren't just dreams or hopes or longings or seeds. They're true. We are a church that loves Jesus. 10 years in, it kind of feels like we just started. And maybe that's the best feeling of all. And the future of the church, the future of the square, I can tell you so many things we see, but I can tell you one thing. 10 years from now, we will be a church that loves Jesus, because it's the only thing. Who would we be without Jesus?